Yes. And we're off. Welcome one, welcome all. Random live broadcast. Had a busy week getting acclimated to a new course of studies. It's offered interesting job I never would have thought I wanted. I heard it described. I get to um, sit in a class with a published teacher and discuss history. So it's like kind of like a dream come true. Oh man, 1 second. I got the IG phone is off the tracks. And welcome one, welcome all. Hang on, we're telling more followers to join your video. Yippee skidoo. And then, well, shit, that battery's almost dead. I can't go on too long because my phone, which is how I'm streaming on one of the services, is low and it's in a gimbal. And when I try to charge it, it knocks the gimbal off. So it's like it keeps falling. So we're not going to be streaming too much longer on that. But I appreciate everybody who showed up. Hi from Kentucky. Welcome, Kentucky. Good to have you across the state. Here's a lovely area. Happy New Year. Happy New Year yourself. It's going to be a glorious year. Yeah, because I was offered like multiple positions that were quite interesting. One of them pays exceptionally well, and it's like, well, I just be working on theatrical production, technical aspect. I even got this badass. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little satchel. So it's like it's how I get my my supplies to school in style. But yeah, so it's like I would like to write for some, write something and then do the production on it. Because the last play I wrote, or that got the last scene I wrote for a play, it was extremely frustrating because I didn't have any input on how it was directed. So the characters, like they chose to go different directions than I would have wanted. But at the I would have at least liked to have some creative say in like how they dress, because wardrobe was totally against what I was wanting as well, and I was totally prepared to throw some of my own money in to make it look a little bit more like it was supposed to. Uh, but I couldn't afford all of this stuff, that I wanted, and the stuff I did get, the teacher had issues with because it was like a batarang being thrown because it was like a Batman like character, and I brought multiple things. My teacher slash director didn't like any of it, but if I was in charge of production, like like the wardrobe, or some aspect of it, I would have felt like it would that would have made it better, even if I didn't get to direct it. But that being said, I still wanted to direct, but right now it'll be paid opportunities and doing the costumes and whatnot. Nate, a drug dealer. Well, I mean, if you consider this wisdom a narcotic, I am peddling it. Happy New Year's. I miss your videos. NatesVlogs.net for the new stuff. More stuff on the way. Right now, I got to do some sponsored videos that are going to be on these websites I'm broadcasting on. So it's not stuff I'm like super excited to do. I got this shirt through one of the sponsors. They sent me like a bunch of them. I got to pick them. And full disclosure, I mean, I feel like I made the best out of the whole situation. I searched for hours to find like 5 shirts that weren't hideous, because they had some very ugly shirts, like extremely ugly. Even the ones I got, like they didn't look like I was expecting them to. So I'm just letting y'all know, since you come for the unfettered truth, because well, I was just thinking of doing some musical something or other for the video, and because I don't want to overhype it, get people like going over there to buy shirts, and you see all that ugly shit, and you think I'm down with it. No, that is not the case. My favorite shirt I got from this pack was like the most basic. One second, stop it. Hi, hello. I have a random question. Where can I find the plus size playground video or song? I miss it. Uh, Man, you know it's funny. I was about to re-release plus size playground when I did the what you call it. I did the South Gonna Hold It Down remake, but I didn't have like the beat to redo it. But I think I still have the original song. Is posted to my Patreoners. Like you could download it. But I mean, it's on my odyssey.com/NatesVlogs channel. Um, but I would have to, yeah, I might just re-release it on NatesVlogs.net through Rumble.com/NatesVlogs, and like have some kind of a snippet on my Instagram. So yeah, right now it's only on Odyssey. Uh, Odyssey.com/NatesVlogs, because you know it's one of those NatesVlogs videos that I didn't get the chance to re-upload. So um, yeah, I'll get to that when I'm done with this. I'll upload some kind of a version of it. Cause I also got a I didn't want to just release the sponsored video and just let that be it. That's why, you know, I figured I'd do a live, and also, you know, upload some older stuff, uh, and then for, like I said, for the new stuff, Netflix.net. Uh, got Groundhog's Day coming up, so obviously the Groundhog's Day rewind is up. So keep an eye on it. You killed it. It was hilarious, but the bars were heavy. So many fat chick puns. Oh, well, thank you for noticing. Oh, shite. One second. You know, I'm a thicky thick on myself, so I could just repeat the stuff I've heard over the years. Um, that satchel is a giveaway. Okay, yeah. Wait, it's a giveaway with what? So that sounds amazing. Nate, just dope. Well, thank you. Happy New Year's, Mr. Video. Like I said, NatesVlogs.net. I appreciate the honesty. Well, I'm glad someone does. Peace yourself. Where do you get your hats, bro? That joints. Oh man, this one was custom made by myself. Added all the flair and whatnot. And well, yeah, I was thinking of doing something like mass producing something, because I get a lot of comments, a lot of people inquiring on how they could like buy a lot of my stuff. So it's like, well, I didn't do it to this necklace, but I have like a price tag on it on like the new stuff that I release. So you know, when people ask about it, I'm like, oh shit, I made it and I sell it, because some people they just they're interested in it. And I was also thinking of putting in like a QR code on one of my pins, so you know, people could just go and order it as well if I'm low. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. You know, we'll look into a haberdasher who could supply me a steady stream of dope hats, and then I'll customize them and get them to you. I'll let you know when that's up. Your drug affiliations, LOL. My drug affiliations. I affiliate with no drugs. Well, uh, I guess on occasion alcohol, and then I smoked weed today, but that's been a rarity. Uh, so I rarely, when it comes to drugs, just say perhaps, because you don't know what they're gonna offer. But most drugs I stick away from. Last time I was offered any powders, it was a firm no. And then the dude who ended up offering it, he ended up like going over the top. He was drinking and doing other stuff too, but man, he was incredibly disrespectful. So it's just like, yeah, that just fuels like certain energy that I don't want to be a part of. But uh, unless you're saying I'm like clean as a coke dealer in the '80s, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the current vernacular the youth are using. Hi Nate, what it do? Just say perhaps. Yes. Thanks again. No problem. California is getting drenched with rain. Yeah, I was looking at some of the pictures and videos of some of the flooding. Yeah, biblical type shit and random. I mean, I would expect a flood up in the Pacific Northwest first, but you know, or maybe they're just acclimated to the rain. But yeah, I hope you get through it swimmingly. No pun intended. Uh, just stay on top. Don't get hurt. I can't lose another viewer. You're very precious to me. You still do those funny film reviews, the rewinds, indubitably. Um, yeah, I just don't post them here. I mean, I guess I do post clips that make it here. So I post clips to my Instagram, and they make it here. And then for some, maybe I did it, and I did just yeah, I think I did do it, but um, I enabled my videos to be shared from Rumble onto sites like Facebook and YouTube, which is no longer working. But but it seems like when it does get posted on Facebook, it's like way after I posted the video. So I guess I do kind of post them on here, but you know, best way to watch them, NatesVlogs.net. Um, get away from these social media sites, even though Facebook technically opened up some kind of a partnership program. I haven't gotten paid, and then they said, "Well, it's a long story." I it, I got like a notification saying I needed more, to fill out more paperwork and you know tax information, but yeah, part of me just feels like I don't want to invest much more or too much into any of these websites. I've already been censored by Facebook. I've been logged out of my Facebook account. I've been censored by YouTube too many times to count. Um, so yeah, Netflix.net, rumble.com/Netflix. And I guess the biggest back catalog would be odyssey.com/Netflix because it has all of the videos um, that were uploaded to my Netflix channel on YouTube. So that's a good amount of the Nate's vlogs, all of the Netflix videos that were public, and yeah, other stuff. Hey Nate, after your last live, I checked out your website. Where all the content like that setup? Are you saying where is all the content? Uh, man, I would show you. I'll have to disconnect my computer. But when you go to the website, it'll be like it'll be tabs on the side. I think I just moved it. They used to be on the right side. I switched it so they're on the left because I changed up the layout a little bit. And then it has like, and I'm gonna like figure out a way to make more sense of the layout. Um, because right now it just says it's like you know rewinds, more rewinds, rewinds page 3. It's evaluations, more evaluations, evaluation page 3. And I got like sing alongs. I got like you know different series. The news puppets, vlogs. So it's just like different categories of the kinds of videos that I create. I even got a shop over there, which the shop I got to update that. I got to add more products to include. But yeah, it's just I think it's to the left now. And you just go in and you just scroll. It says like too hard for social media. Um, you scroll down, you'll see like all of the different tabs and pages. Yeah, so sorry for the confusion. No, I saw it on the new site. Okay, my bad on the typo. Okay. Well, yeah, sorry for the confusion. Didn't mean to mix you up or get mixed up. 10 inches of rain this week. Ooh, that sounds like some dirty rain. Yeah, because it's California and their water's dirty. California is getting drenched with rain. Oh yeah, I bet it is. Where's your what's your favorite rewind you've done? It's hard to pick favorites on anything for me. Um, I mean, sometimes like I'll come across something I forgot I even did, or I haven't seen in like a long time, and like in the process of making a rewind or any video, I see what I say, hear what I say so much, see the visual so much, it just loses meaning. It's like the initial joke that I wanted to say or point I wanted to make, it loses point its significance. Um, so it's good to take a break from it because it just also just get tired of hearing my own fucking mouth after a while. And then sometimes I come back to it, I'm like, wow, that really was funny, or uh, you know, I mean, certain things. It's just I'm actually surprised at the reaction um, that it gets. Like I'll see something just doing gangbusters. Like everyone loves it. They're always quoting one part, and I thought they'd be quoting something else, or But I don't know. I like different genres. I guess the genre of rewind I enjoy looking back most on is uh horror movies because those are just so easy to dismantle, and like old school cartoons because they're just like so incredibly stupid. It's easy to make fun of them. Cheers, Netflix. GTSY. I don't know what that means. Cheers, Gadget Picks. GTSY. GTSY. Get that soda, y'all. I don't know what that means. Um, you should chop those down to shorts. They will do gangbusters. Well, I was actually working with a website that was helping me do that. Like they'd take my videos. I sent them 3 videos, and they chopped up like 2 of them. One of them, like it was a million different 1 minute clips, and yeah, and the third one they didn't do anything with. So, and they told me I had to do it again by myself, and I run into the issue of like, what do I cut? Uh, what was like the thing that really drew people in about this video? You know, so like yeah, chopping it up under a minute. Yeah, it gets like difficult. I mean, I'd rather have someone else do it for me because like I said, when I watch myself long enough, well, that's not what I felt when I said it, or it just doesn't have that impact anymore. So I don't know. But yeah, some stuff maybe it'll be easier. I'll I'll see what I can get to under a minute. But yeah, it's a lot harder than it sounds. I mean, sometimes it has an easy place to cut. Like, well, because I've been getting in the habit of putting the overwhelming majority of like a rewind or employee evaluation into the snippet. So you get like the conclusion of like this person's fired or this movie sucks, as opposed to me just like leaving that open. So I've been trying to cut back on that to incentivize people to just go to the website and watch the full video. Maybe a 1 minute clip would help me in that, but it'd just be difficult. If I get a podcast popping, would you be open to being interviewed? Uh, all right, I'm down. I got to get a podcast popping too. I was supposed to. I mean, I did a few podcasts last year, but I was supposed to do a few with people I've known for decades, uh, and then that just kind of falls by the wayside. So it's just I'm kind of burnt on, like setting up the appointment and having one or many things go wrong. But let me know when you get that going. But I do got like a upcoming work schedule is going to be chaotic because I got a lot of stuff going, a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. Um, yeah, just well, and one of the things I'm looking forward to is the instructor I'm going to be working with. I'm not entirely sure who it's going to be. I had an idea of a teacher. It was a teacher gave me a book that he wanted me to read. He smoked with Stokely Carmichael of SNCC and the Black Panthers, and we always talked about history. I was offered a history position, but it wasn't with him. It was someone who I can't even think of who the fuck it is now. But one of the benefits is whoever it is, it's like it'll be a lot easier to get like certain authors who I have a tremendous amount of respect for to like come to the school and have conversations and then I can like pull them to the side and try to get them on my podcast like situation. But we'll see how that shapes up. Hold on. I feel that like it was funny when you first wrote it, but after hours of editing, the joke gets old. Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's always quite reassuring when you guys love it. Um, because sometimes it's just like, I mean, it's been mad videos uh, uh, where it's just like I was mad on the fence about even uploading it, and then it just takes off overnight. Um, but then some stuff I don't even allow it to get any views at all. I remember the first video I posted on NatesVlogs. I didn't like I posted. It took me how long to edit because I was editing on Pinnacle, and it was this whole issue where I cut one area and then I think I cut one area and it ended up being someplace else, and it was like it was cutting out words and shit. But anyways, it took me forever to do it. Then I uploaded and I was like, no, because it was because Nate's Vlogs was supposed to be a serious response because I had my first YouTube channel was my picks, and I had that was like sketches and skits and shit, and I'll be touching on certain subject matters, but in a joking way because I'd usually be in character, and certain people would be like, "Oh man, this dude's right on," not realizing it's a parody. They think I'm serious. And then some people would be like, "Well, do you really believe this?" And then Nate's Vlogs was me supposed to be providing my actual insight on stuff, and then I posted my first video, and it was like a response to this guy talking about some racist black man or something, and I was like, this is just way too serious. I was like quoting this book, the something of hate, and I was just I was like, nah, this is not how I want to start my shit off. So I just cut that shit off, and then yeah, then like the first few videos was just me setting up like because I would do like an event like what was it, YouTube Live. I went to YouTube Live and I was in character the whole time, had like a fake mustache or wig. I was with my cousin. We was just busting up on people. And then I did like a video breakdown of just like what was going on behind the scenes. People didn't see because my camera got cut off, and that's kind of what NatesVlogs started off as, and then it evolved to what a lot of people associate with it. Like employee evaluations ended up coming like a few years later, and then a few years after that, it was rewinds. So good times. I've been seeing a huge library of classic cartoons on Tubi. There's this one called Sky Surfer Strike Force. Man, the 80s and 90s had major creativity towards cartoons. Major creativity. Man, they were just selling toys. They like the story arcs of all those cartoons were stupid. Like it's just not one cartoon uh, from like the 80s or 90s where it's like the story just really stood the test of time. This wasn't some bullshit. It was just, and the amount of super powered beings who had like secret pacts with kids who got them to wear like uniforms, like Power Rangers, VR Trooper type stuff. I was just like way too prevalent. It's just like, why are you teaching kids to have secrets with these adults? But then you realize, we got Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. And it's just like, yeah. Also, all the producers and CNN who are caught sex trafficking. It starts to make sense when you understand who's running it. But yeah, it was just like in the 80s and 90s, it was pretty god awful. I'm trying to think, was there an exception to that rule where it was like one cartoon that wasn't horrible? uh, it's not coming to my mind right now. Um, what inspired you to focus your content more towards political issues? Uh, uh Being a black person in America. I mean, like a lot of the stuff is just no brainer stuff. Like when I was in LA, constantly getting harassed by police, constantly getting stopped for nothing. I just figured might as well start filming myself. It's an obvious response, because cops say one thing, I say the other, and usually the law would be on their side because, like, they don't know me. I'm just a strange black man who's running from the gym or coming from wherever, doing nothing to harm anyone. So I had, like the video of me just telling people videotape your police interactions, which is like for me, it's like a no brainer. Um, and and then like the response to that, because the day after I filmed the video of me getting harassed by the cops, and they told me I looked like a Hispanic male, I went to the police force, like the PD that they worked for, and then his the bosses of the people who stopped me and groped me and just did all kinds of foul shit to me. He was like, "Yeah, you do kind of you fit the description of the Hispanic male we were looking for." So that definitely motivated me to like cover a lot more of that kind of corruption. Plus, like me getting taken off for covering that kind of stuff. Like after YouTube fucked me over, I learned of the Atlantic Council because I made a video talking about why I got canceled, and someone was like, "Hey, I know these 3 random videos. They've convinced you that this is why you got taken off. You covering news footage of a dude breaking into people's houses and smelling their feet." Uh, but there's something called the super users that are selected by the Atlantic Council. And I was hip to the game about like the behind the scenes of how YouTube runs. We'll find out all of the gory details once a billionaire buys up YouTube and releases the YouTube files like Twitter. Um, yeah, so it was just like just having that, knowing that there are people behind the scenes, kind of doing making our situation worse. Then be having a whole fallout with what you call it, Full Screen after they got bought out by AT&T. Seeing how like these corporations got too much power, like they were shutting down free speech for shit over a decade now. Like they were I made a big stink about how they were repealing our access to fair use. Yeah, and then uh, um, obviously losing both my parents to military industrial complex. Both my parents worked at military bases that were knowingly poisoning them. Just like had to sign some papers last month uh, to deal with this whole shit with my dad because they're reopening the military base where he worked at to poison more people. So like the lawyers who were handling the case, they were trying to get in contact with me. I assume it's going to be like to give like $3 more to this fund because it's like a whole process where they avoid paying off all the money they owe. They set up shell corporations to go down with not nearly enough funding for all the medical bills. So it's just like it's and then when I started like making a video about like how Kaiser fucked my dad over, uh didn't give him the test he needed. I had like Kaiser reaching out trying to soften it up after like they made it so my dad's cancer had metastasized. But and I say all that, and then I'm realizing like it's always been a element of the political stuff because like even on my My Picks channel, it was like I was covering um uh it was a bill in Arizona that made it so that the cops could just walk up to random brown people and demand their papers. And I just make a big stink towards tyranny. I mean, what am I here for if not to like try to change shit? I was brought into a broken world to make it better, not become a part of it. I'm in it, but not of it when it comes to this world. Yes, the way you broke down the police with that puppet was masterful. Oh, appreciate it. Still got the puppet. And you can find the puppet. He has his own show on Puppet News, which is uploaded to NatesVlogs.net. Well, he has a show with a news anchor, but he gets reused quite a bit. I even turned him into a thug on multiple videos. See if you can find him. You get extra credit. It's still fuck Full Screen in 2023. To be honest, they ended an era. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, Full Screen got bought up by AT&T. AT&T, one of the 6 companies running all of our media, right? They're shutting down all heterodoxic thinkers. So it's a shame, because I think it was last year they ended up getting rid of all of their content creators from Full Screen because they just they figured they got enough propagandists on their major news networks and the news authoritative news sources. They were taking over YouTube. They were turning YouTube into television. If you had a good point that countered everything they said, they cut you. they took you off the air. So I lost 3 channels last year alone. Um, so fuck Full Screen, fuck their parent company, fuck all the fascism that goes into them being around because they get billions of dollars in deals from our government, whether we want to pay them or not. We don't see the benefits of that. They just get more discreet ways of spying on you, getting all your information, and it's not just them. It's also Verizon. It's all telecommunication companies. But let's not get into that. Battletoads Rewind is ready to watch on Vimeo. So go check that out. I've always figured the big 3 to end up running the world would be AT&T, Disney, and McDonald's. I like to think the idiocracy prophecy would come true, and it'd just be Carl's Jr., Costco, and Brondo. because Browndo has electrolytes. I never saw that. I'm about to check it out. All right. I don't know what specifically you're referring to, but if it's my content, it's probably at NatesVlogs.net. And thank you for doing that. Goofy 90. All this knowledge and truth you be speaking, I wonder, have you tampered with public speaking? I've dabbled. I guess doing a play is a form of public speaking, and upcoming position allows me to be a public speaker. We just gonna be chopping up history. Um, so I'm looking forward to that, and it's also just it overlaps with so many other objectives I got. Um, like one of the issues I've been trying to um, reform the SNCC that went out of popularity in the 1960s. Um, but there's like no historical knowledge of it. It's a total historical illiteracy at the particular school I go to. Only people who recognized SNCC last semester were teachers, like faculty who I couldn't get to join the club. But this year I ran into multiple students who recognized the iconography. And me having access to a history class, and we're going to be discussing like ancient civilizations and shit. And it all ties into what I'm trying to build because SNCC, they had the whole or Stokely Carmichael went from SNCC to Black Panthers, one of the founding members, and he also evolved to just being a part of a Pan African movement. That's when he became Kwame Ture, and all of the civilizations we're going to be covering will be covered under the flag of the Pan African movement. So it'll be like you want to preserve history. The forces that be are trying to overthrow these governments because they want to erase their history. And I think once people are historically charged and with the understanding of what went on behind us, they can see what's in front of us. So I don't know. I'm just thinking it's going to be a beautiful thing. I was scared I was not looking forward to this position because it was presented to me as a tutor position, and then I got like multiple opportunities to tutor because I was, I first got made honors like last quarter, so I got like all these educational opportunities to teach and whatnot. And one of the tutor positions was out of state, and they had me answer, show how I would, conduct a math question. And I just imagined that this tutoring position I was going to be offered was going to be me getting questions like, "Hey, if a train is coming from Boston at 200 miles an hour," and I was expecting that, but it was just something that I'm definitely more down with. Uh, and it's just like as much as I can teach them. I mean, shit, I could probably learn from them too. I was thinking of doing something like having a book list that we could share that touches similar subject matter that we're going to be going over in the class, or maybe a different civilization that might have overlapped with the ones we're going to be covering. So it's just like I'm just looking forward of like to letting loose. I got like a few historical symbols, like last week when I was getting ready for the position, because I'm gonna have like all of my gear covered in ancient cultural icons. Have you ever considered coming to TikTok? Not only have I considered it, I've been censored on TikTok more than any other website. Um, I had like more of my videos taken down there than even on YouTube. Only difference is TikTok. It's not like a three strikes you're out situation. So like on YouTube, I had three strikes. My videos went down, all of them, lost everything. TikTok, I lost like 10 videos in a single week, and I still have a channel somehow. The most viewed videos are sponsored videos because it's like uh, they get like elevated by the algorithm or something, or maybe the companies I work with share them or something. But like that, those are like my biggest pulls. I mean, I still upload samples of rewinds and stuff you can find at NatesVlogs.net. But yeah, TikTok is, you know, it's just I got it because it's like a website I go to for sponsorships, and it's certain websites that they allow, you know, your Facebooks, your Instagrams, YouTubes, and TikToks. But yeah, I can't build enthusiasm to create content for any website that censors me. TikTok is on the top of that list, you know. So if I have something that I already uploaded to Instagram, I might share it on TikTok. But um, yeah, it's not like I get extra love on that algorithm unless I'm doing a sponsor, which is not like something I want to be known for. You know, I don't want to get known for just like that guy does that sponsorship for this and that. I mean, I try to, you know, add as much as myself as I can in the parameters that I have to work within when doing a sponsorship. But yeah, it's just I just feel I'm reminded of I did like some sponsorship for a video game that was like it was a Coca-Cola video game, and then it was like they wanted me to dance because it was like a dance themed game, and then I did the whole shit. I got fucked over by the company that asked me to do it. That's one of the issues. But also, it was like when I checked the comments, um, it was like someone wrote, "This is what it like. This is like watching a stripper take off her clothes for the first time. You know, like it's just like so weird and well, yeah, it was just it didn't feel good to be under that much pressure. It's not like something I definitely want to do. You know, like with the sponsorships I get now, at least I get to choose them. You know, it's like something I actually want or need. I do get offers for things I don't want or need to, you know, but I often turn those down unless it's something. Well, yeah, I mean, this year and you know, the past few years I turned them down. When I was in Cali, I took a few of them because needed the rent, and then yeah, but not. It's just like I don't think we should be on that plane. No one should have to do any of that stuff. You know, back when I first started YouTube, I didn't know what a sponsorship was. I mean, I knew what a sponsorship was, but they weren't on YouTube. I was making more money monthly. There were no ads on my videos. You know, like you may have had like a little corner ad. Wasn't like a video ad. It was like a little thing under the video. But that was like we were getting a much higher percentage, a much higher rate from our views. All right, so like enter 2012, like my views are going up, right? But then my money was going down, and I couldn't make sense of it. And then I learned years later, YouTube was purposely investing in these networks um, because they just wanted to make us easier to control. Cause like you know, I got scared into a network. I had to go down, report to a group of people who were like, "We love everything about you. Now just change the 50 things about you that make you who you are, and we'll get you some money." And there was a lot of compromises I was not prepared to make, but it felt like they were just trying to see how far they can push me, And you know, it's just like the ratcheting effect, you know. But yeah, I'm wholly against what they do to the creators, because I mean, we are the people who bring people to the websites. Then they think they could replace the actual creative types. You know, the people who write interesting shit, have interesting outlooks, out who see the world differently. You know, new point of views. Um, and then they try to replace us with CNN, MSNBC, like just shit that we went to the internet to avoid watching. That's like the most frustrating shit. But yeah, TikTok is on that. Would you take any suggestions for your next rewind? I'm all ears. Um, I'm also taking suggestions for my next monologue. You might not be able to see it, but I gotta figure out like a monologue for a class project. I was going to do something from the movie Heat. It was like a scene where Robert De Niro was talking about, um, you know, you got 30, you gotta never have something that you can't walk away from in 30 seconds or something like that. I rewatched the movie. The scene was like 5 seconds. It was just like that one line, and then I mean it was a dialogue between him and, you know, he gave a similar scene speech to two different people. But yeah, I'm still looking for something that has like a good monologue, interesting twists and turns. Ironically, I don't think I've done any comedic monologues in the class. That everything is, yeah. I try to step outside of what people would expect from me. But yeah, gotta figure something out. Erotic. I was subscribed way back when. You motivated me and got a sponsorship in 2012. Uh, uh, I motivated you to get a sponsorship, or I motivated you and I got a sponsorship. You really turn into conspiracy brother from undercover brother when you start talking about the realness of the world, JK. Ah, I'm one of those people. I view conspiracy theories like the theory of relativity or the theory of gravity, right? Gravity is something we can't really see. We know it exists, right? Everyone has a different level of pull on gravity, so your understanding of how it operates might be different from someone else's. But like if you talk to anyone, you could probably convince them that gravity exists if they got a functioning brain. I feel like the same shit can be said about the stuff that people say are conspiracy theories. If they don't believe you now, just give them a few weeks, and then like the news will be conceding that you were right. Um, at least that's how it worked itself out during the pandemic. Uh, with employee evaluations, do you think you did more hiring or firing from the dumb videos? Um, that's a toss up. No, I definitely did more. I laid a lot of people off. You know, this economy, uh, most of it can be blamed on me. Most of the homeless people you see on the streets were fired by me. I'm not proud of what I did, but we just had to do some downsizing. You know, the imaginary corporation I worked for, um, you know, we didn't give anybody any back pay. We didn't offer any workers' rights really at all. Um, didn't get unemployment after being fired by us. It was, you know, I'm not proud of it. That's just the way it worked out. Sorry if you were affected by it. Hey, how can watch your videos like Candyman review and more? Well, the Candyman Rewind is over at NatesVlogs.net, and it's uploaded through rumble.com/@NatesFlix. And it's also at odyssey.com/@NatesFlix. So yeah, just go to Rumble, search Neteflix. You subscribe there, you can find it. Or, like I said, Neteflix.net. If it ever gets taken off of Rumble or Odyssey for whatever reason, because they're run by a bunch of rich assholes. We know how the FBI and CIA like to control social media. So if they ever come for me over there, you can just find me at Neteflix.net. I'm not going to censor myself. I don't care how much these government spooks try to pressure me. They could send me a suicide letter like they did MLK, tell me to kill myself. I'm going to love myself extra hard that night. Extra lubricant. I got YouTube sponsorship back in 2012. Well, congratulations, kinda. Uh, Now let's delete the app. Most conspiracies have turned out to be true, though. Yes, that's how it works. They want to call it a conspiracy theory and make it seem like you're crazy for mentioning it, because yeah, you could expose them in the process, and they don't want you to mention anything that's going to hurt them. So keep that in mind. And keeping stuff in mind, my phone is about to die, and I'm closing in on an hour. So I'm gonna see what emails I got to respond to. Get the ball rolling on a lot of stuff. Rewind suggestion: Flubber. Is this the person, the overweight person, or are you talking about the Robin Williams movie? Either way, I have to look into it. Because not all movies are accessible by me. I mean, I can stream a lot of this stuff, but being able to download it, to chop it up and do a rewind like that, it becomes another story. So we'll see how that works. When was the last time you voted? Um, a very long time ago, 2008. Well, yeah, last time I voted in a primary, or I mean in like a election, not a primary. And then I had like in last year I got the ballot to fill out for it was like Congress and Senate and shit. And everybody on there, it was like Democrat, Republican, Democrat, and I just canceled all them out, and then I wrote in my own candidates, and I was getting ready to send it out, um, and I was like, it was a lot of stuff going on. I wasn't going to break a sweat, stop doing what I had to do to go send it out. So I technically voted last year. I just didn't send out the ballot, but yeah. Uh, I gotta have something to vote for. I'm not one of those people like rah rah team Democrats, or if you hate the Democrats and love the Republicans. I'm never rah rah team Republicans. I don't like the Republicrats. That's just the party is done. Like the top two evils. I don't vote for them. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is the lesser of two evils. No, those are the top two evil candidates. I avoid them at all costs. Um, Even Bernie Sanders, man, I am ashamed for helping his campaign, seeing what he ended up doing. Just caving to the most evil. Like he was out there calling Donald Trump racist, all kinds of negative shit, which like you can point to a lot of stuff that would back that claim up. But he ended up endorsing Joe Biden. Joe, I hang out with members from the Klan and raise crackheads and shower with my teenage daughter Biden. Just no, 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 no. I don't trust Joe Biden's judgment, certainly, but if you have the piss poor judgment to get behind that candidate, no, especially after being against Trump for his racism and all that shit, it just makes your whole argument moot. I feel that way. I feel that the way you flip the plots during your rewinds is hilarious. Would love to see what you do with it. Well, I'll look into it. This is lesser of two evils. This lesser of two evils is bullshit. Why evil at all? Exactly. That's it. I can't wrap my mind around it. My favorite employee evaluation: Spinnerman, Weavy Wonder, Gollum and the Spinning Rims, The South Gonna Hold It Down, Cat Stacks, Booty Pop, and the Crazy White Man in the Dress. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. I think I got the Spinnerman one. I was about to upload that with South Gonna Hold It Down video, but I neglected to. But I'll do some kind of a musical evaluation. So the Spinnerman one was mentioned, and the other one that was mentioned was the playground, plus size playground. So I'm gonna pick one of those, upload when I put up my sponsored video. So I'll sandwich it. I'll do one old Nate, or is that Nate's Vlogs, Nate Flicks videos, and I do the sponsorship in the middle. But I got to get on that sponsorship, and I got to check my email, see what's going on. So thank y'all for showing up. Be good to each other.